Understanding the Universal Mother and Resonating in Love with Her, Part 2 of Nature of the Universe, by Drekx Omega, March 4, 2015. Dear Keelas, this is a refresher lesson upon Part 1, of this very same topic, titled, Nature of the Universe, and one provided in a spirit of divine right timing. Understanding the structure of the universal logoic body is a highly difficult task and requires more than basic logic. To glean all the details, one basic way to simplify your understanding of the concept is to appreciate where our own Milky Way galaxy fits into the greater scheme. We can look upon the universe as a living extension of ourselves, as cells within the greater body, and to remember that as with the human etheric body, which currently possesses 7 chakras, and developing 6 more, the universe likewise possesses chakras, which are vortices on its higher correspondent ethers. And these vortices we know as spiral galaxies, one of which is our own, the galactic logos, Lord Surya, who holds a special communicative position at the heart chakra within the greater universal body. Because the Sirians are responsible for stepping down all energies propagated for distribution, from Lord Surya, energies we know as the great blue light of creation, which includes the divine will of the Logos, they have a special relationship with creation, as the Logos herself has a special relationship with his creation. It is at the Suryan Actoa stargate, equidistant, between planets Tarmuk and Samanat, within the Sirius B star system, that the crown chakra of this galaxy resides, and where the galactic will of the Logos is known and distributed across cosmos, to various heavenly councils, including Shambhala on Earth, who then in turn become custodians of the divine will, and the divine plan for this system. Now, our task on Earth is to receive these divine impulses and sacred instructions and likewise step them down, for distribution to all sentient beings. In my own Earth ashram, I am trained for such work, by the Mahakan, Master R, himself, and this connection also dovetails with my Sirian starseed contactee role, in the lighted creation of a new civilization on Earth, one that forms a new star nation and one open to union with the wider cosmos and one seeking ever greater connections, within areas higher in spiritual exaltance, than those of the galaxy, to connect with the universal body, of which the galaxy forms part, highly energetic part, to be sure. Earth is a unique seed planet and possesses a special role in revitalizing wider creation, and as stated, this Milky Way galaxy forms the very heart chakra of the universal body, thus a special opportunity is offered, a connection made. Can the universe communicate with its own creation? Yes, but only in a language even higher than that used by the most advanced logoi and ascended masters in the galaxies, a language more akin to singing or toning, a song of creation, and the music of the great heavenly bodies, that traverse dimensions beyond imagining. So the universe must use its great powers to communicate a message, using emissaries who will, for the most part, be highly misunderstood, by the logical mind of mankind, but nevertheless, will be understood, by the exertion of hard logic, by Keelas focused and attentive. When I sometimes make reference to the universe sending back to us what we each send out, under universal law, we must remember that it is a vast multidimensional living entity, which comprises multidimensional bodies and an oversoul, made up of all the galaxies, stars, planets and ourselves. We are subject to universal laws, because we are part of the universal body. But to truly define the universe's body is highly complex, so I'll provide Samuase's description from her Plejaran contact notes. Intro by Commander Drekx Omega. Samuase said, to answer your question, I must be somewhat detailed. The universe is divided into 7 units, that is rings or belts, that entirely together, form the whole universe, and all of these rings are rotating against each other and have different diameters, and an ovoid shape. These 7 rings, which we call belts, are the following. 1. Central core. 2. Core belt. 3. Space belt. 4. Solid state matter universe belt. 5. Transformation belt. 6. Creation belt. 7. Displacement belt. And we also call the creation belt the creation matter belt or the expansion belt, and the displacement belt, the last and extreme, embodies, according to your sense, a bumper belt. Now, The solid-state universe is that part of the universe in which the new births exist, so the nascent stars, etc. with all their life forms. This real solid-state universe is calculated from the end of the creation or core's outer wall, up to the beginning of the outer wall of the transformation belt, which exhibits a half-diameter of 7,869 octillion light-years and is, thus, the next largest belt after the creation belt. In addition, the outer wall of the transformation belt is where this belt collides with the inner wall of the real creation belt, also known as the expansion belt or creation matter belt. So this is that space which embodies the solid-state universe, and is so called because in these three areas, the coarse material becomes existent and is existent, and the coarse material becomes existent in the transformation belt, only by a transformation from remains of the penetrating creation belt, which are converted into coarse material from immaterial energy. This is the real solid-state universe, which consists of the transformation belt, the universe belt, and the space belt. In addition, the transformation belt exhibits such a gigantic mass, and is the next largest belt to the creation belt, because it is responsible for ensuring that on the space created by the expansion belt, the transformation of fine material energies into coarse material takes place, and at the same time, time itself appears and becomes existent. Already in this transformation belt, time begins to run into the past, from which aging originates. This means that in this transformation belt, crinons begin to exist, then are aging, and becoming tachyons, and are representing the past. By the way, tachyons may be proven by the terrestrial scientists in a short time. At the same time, the speed also decreases from the transformation belt in an irregular manner, but in a certain half-life. The irregular decrease in speed, which amounts to 147 times the speed of light, in its starting point and expansion point, comes about through mutually self-influencing and differing time streams, that have already changed in their speed. In the interior center of the universe is the real core, which grows with each fallback of the creation, so of the whole universe, doubling itself in size. Thus, the core will be twice as large with the next fallback as it is today. From this core, referring to the energy field resting in the space belt, which is the fallen back creation, new energies form for the renewed expansion to the next universe, whereby at the end of the slumber time, a new Big Bang takes place, and a new expansion creates a new universe, generally all things of a much more refined form, which means that all coarse material will not be so stable anymore as in this universe. The space belt itself is that part of the universe from which the expansion of the creation occurs, in which the creation energy also slumbers and, on the other hand, after every fallback, develops itself, and takes up new fundamental forces from the core, just to expand again through a renewed Big Bang. Of course, the dimension of the space belt also grows from fallback to fallback, because through every expansion of the universe, through the associated unchangeable effects, and the extreme expansion that again follows contraction, the mass of the entire creation grows, always doubling itself in size. So thus, it becomes evident from this, that on the becoming and passing of the universe, a cycle of Big Bang expansion, contraction, Big Bang expansion, etc. is arranged. Now, the central core embodies that belt which consists of the real, matter, which carries out its existence as generative material, and life material of a pure spiritual form, as real idea energy, created from an creation, by whose strength alone this universe was able to create itself. This central core resembles an immense, and continually loading accumulator block, which exhibits a magnetic energy that is immeasurable to us up to now, which binds the existing universe to itself, and prevents too great of an expansion. This power guarantees that with the start of approximately 47 trillion years of expansion, the expansion speed starts to decrease from 147 times the speed of light and slowly drops until the expansion comes to a halt after 155,520 trillion years and, thus, begins the fall back, the contraction. Thus, the central core forms the real power and life center, while the core can be seen as a real energy storage. But this central core, the core and the space, are only an infinitesimally small fraction of the size of the whole universe. The most gigantic belt is embodied by the creation belt, which further spreads itself into the gaps of the surrounding universes and creates a new universal space. This creation belt is the real creation and the creation center, while the central core, with its diameter of 7 light-years, as well as the Earth-space belt, with its half-diameter of 103 trillion light-years, and the Earth-core belt, with its half-diameter of 103.5 trillion light-years, represent those structures known as the universe's central sun, and the universe's central galaxy, respectively. In addition, the central core represents the central sun of the universe, while the Earth space and the Earth core carry out their existence as a central universe galaxy. Now, the outermost belt, with its half-diameter of 14 million light-years, which we do not count with the actual universe, is the displacement belt. This has the task of displacing outwardly, against adjacent universes and against the nothing space of the absolutism, so to speak, as ramming force, which pushes everything away from itself and displaces outwardly, so that, after knocking against it, and before pressing itself behind it, it can provide the universe the necessary space for expansion, and therefore, the expansion itself. End quote. Weblink, www.futureofmankind.co.uk, Billy Meyer. Also, you can see that the commonly accepted expression among Earth scientists and so used by us, Big Bang, is actually a process of expansion and its contrary phase is that of contraction, or, akin to breathing in and breathing out, as we do with the lungs, inhaling and exhaling, the sign of life, and confirmation that the universe lives and breathes. Salamat John. Colonel Drekx Omega, Commander Galactic Federation of Light Ground Crew, East England Sector.